Okay, so Jada, explain your piece to me and I'll try and help.
Okay, basically, I didn't know what to do, so I started with a song that when I first heard it was very hard hitting.
Okay.
And the song basically, when I done research into the song, the artist said that it's a story of two boys. One's going to school, one's, I think, he's on the road or something, and he's committed a crime with like a knife or something, like he stabbed someone, and he wants his friend to help him out with it. And when I first heard the song, it just reminded me of people from school that are into them things, and I remember wanting to like be there for them because I didn't think they had people like that. So I wanted to be there for them, and it's just interesting to me how like people know that's going on, but like they don't. It's not they don't care, but it's like they don't know much about it really, and like what they're thinking and why they're doing it and stuff like that, and they just only hear the negatives of like when someone gets stabbed or something, and it's just like even them, they hear it, they're like, oh, it's just how it is, but they don't know. But
So like you try and say that it's been normalised, that like society see people being stabbed as a normal thing now.
Yeah.
Because it's true, like if I hear someone's been stabbed, it's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
Or if someone's been shot, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, and but I also want to show like how it's a lot of like the gang side of it.
Okay,
like
so we're going with like youth crime and gangs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember at the beginning of the year, I think in like London, I think it's like between like January and April or something, between them, like every single day in London someone's getting stabbed.
And there's also the acid attacks in London, that's a huge thing.
There was so much things happening, and it was literally like an everyday basis, someone's getting stabbed, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
So is this like, is your aim to do it on a broad, like a whole like visual of everything, like, or one person's problem? What's your aim? Or is it based on the song?
Kind of based on the song, because that's my stimulus, I guess, but I kind of want to broaden it a bit just to show the aspects of it.
Because there's that story of that black guy that was, do you remember the London riots? And yeah, and he was shot and he didn't have a gun, did he, or something?
No, I think the police shot him.
Yeah, they shot him because he thought he was pulling out a gun when he wasn't.
And that's like stereotyping.
Yeah,
that stuff.
And that's fine, like, and for a white person it's quite hard because you're like, okay, yeah, the policeman shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But then also, in that circumstance, on a dodgy road, in a dodgy area, and you see him, like, what, you know what I mean? I think it depends, but I'm all for, like, police shouldn't just shoot loads of black people whenever they want.
Like in America.
Yeah, like in America. But what are you trying to show for it? Because
it doesn't. I don't know if it seems to be up in the air. Like I've had ideas, but I don't know how to like connect.
Okay, so explain some of your visuals to me.
So I saw something in town. Like I've seen it for like probably like a year or so now, and I think they're called like Anonymous for the Voiceless or something like that on YouTube. But basically, they're like in a little square in like a random place. Could be busy, could be anywhere, just in a square, and they're wearing all black with like a mask on. Some of them are holding like boards, some of them are like got laptops, some of them have got tablets around their neck. And on the tablets, on like technology, it has like I think videos of like animals in like cages and stuff like that, because I think they're spreading awareness for animal cruelty, I think it is.
Okay.
And then on the boards, it has like just truth, and it's literally they're not speaking nothing, and they're just standing there, and you can watch it. And when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, like what the hell's going on? And it's very like hard hitting and powerful. So I wanted something like that in my performance.
Okay, so do you want a performance, or do you want like a performance art piece, like a protested piece? Because for me, this would work great if you didn't do it. Yeah, if you didn't do it in the theatre, if you did it like outside, like in the canteen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you just stood there with your stuff, like a public protest with other people, obviously, but to give it while it actually is, because I think if it goes on stage, it's taken away from this is real again, and it's turned into a performance when really you want people to know this is real.
Yeah.
This is what is happening.
Yeah, I do like that idea. Yeah.
So you don't.
I
suppose maybe you'll have to speak to Kelly, but maybe you don't even have to do it at college.
I wouldn't mind that in like town.
Yeah.
In like a public place.
Yeah, like because a performance is a performance, like a site-specific performance.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know. You'll have to speak to her because it might. But even if you do it in college, it doesn't have to be in the theatre.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it. If you have to, it'll work for your piece. But I think you're then gonna have to adapt a lot.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, it sounds quite protesty.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's I like the idea, but then I was thinking, I want to do spoken word, but then I'm thinking, how would that's gonna like in the big theatre, just gonna be people lining up with boards and laptops, and then one person
do you want?
I don't.
What's your storyline?
I don't know.
I feel like we might have to follow like a boy's story, or.
But then I'm thinking, I do know a couple of people that have like gone through things, but I know they wouldn't want to talk about it.
No, I mean, you don't have to get them to talk, but we focus it on a random boy, a made-up boy.
Yeah.
And we focus it on him.
And what he's been through.
And what he's been through, and then the effects of that, and then like, I don't know, because you can do it a broad thing, but then it turns into a bit like mine, where it's like quite political, and I don't know if you don't want to do that.
I don't know that political side.
I don't think you want to get into that. I think to show the audience, you need that, like they need to be able to connect with a character.
Yeah.
So.
But then also I'm thinking then, like, would it become like an actual like acting performance piece?
Do you not want it to come that? It doesn't have to be that. There's ways around it. So what you can do is we can have like the boy. Say if I'm the boy, I'm standing on stage, someone's doing a spoken word piece about me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can get around it quite easily.
Yeah.
And then the process is bit, could maybe be like, after he's died, if we're doing it on stage, after he's died, his mom or his family are then doing the protest with the cameras and the tablets and stuff.
I do like that. Cause I'm thinking, I've only got an idea, like I don't know how to progress it, because I don't know how to like... Yeah, exactly.
Kind of needs to get somewhere.
Exactly. So I'm just thinking like, because I'm thinking I'm on this big stage and there's just going to be people or like a boy and I'm just going to be talking. It just seems a bit empty, if that makes sense.
I kind of like that though. If there's you and a boy on stage, that could look quite powerful. And that you're explaining his story. Maybe if you did it with like Tal.
Yeah, I was thinking Tal.
And if Tal is doing like, it's just being him, like I don't know.
That's true, like Tal
could do some dance or something and you're explaining it. Explain his story.
Because as well, like some people that are like on the road or like doing these things, they have music as their outlet. And I know some people view that type of music as aggressive and this and that. But if you listen to the lyrics, they're just saying what they've been through. And once you listen to it, I know some of them can be a bit like violent.
Yeah, because people like me, and the majority of, I'm not saying white people, but people that aren't from your background, I listen to that music and I'm like, no way, I hate this, you know what I mean? But it's because I don't know where it's come from, it's not my culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that's something that we can explore, and maybe you need to show people through this performance that...
Yeah.
So is it going into that music is music? What are we getting at?
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think the music aspect, I want to show that part more.
Okay, so, are you scrapping the gang thing?
Isn't that a way it could like?
It can join.
But just not.
That maybe if you're doing this spoken word piece, I don't know. Are you writing this yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're doing that there's a boy, he wants to be a rapper or a singer. He wants to be a performer, but like Tal, he wants to be a performer. But then there's this other side of him because he comes from a rough area. He hangs around with rough people. Yeah. It's like, which one does he follow? You know what I mean? Which one's gonna...
And that's what happens. Like, in this, it's like, I was watching a video and like, literally like...
Oh, enter like an Eminem play about this, like, not a play, like the 8th Mile or whatever it's called.
8 Miles.
Yeah, isn't that about like a kid that is from a rough area but he wants to be a rapper?
I think so, yeah. But I don't know
because like, it can work. I think if you're explaining his story, saying that like he's come from not a privileged place, he doesn't hang around with the best people, but then
he wants to make his life better.
Yeah, he wants to make his life better, and this is what he's come to.
But all like the things that come his way and the challenges and all that he has to face. But the thing is, I like the idea, but I'm thinking, how would I put that on stage?
Easily.
I don't think like
because,
that.
Okay, let's have like, we have the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking downstage right. Yeah, I don't know if you know what that is. Yeah, but downstage right is the boy. You're upstage left. Yeah. And you're explaining, like, a bit like, you know, at the start of pantomimes, where like there's someone sitting on a chair and they're reading a book.
Yeah.
You're doing that, but you're not sitting on a chair and you're not reading a book.
Yeah.
You're just a bit like his guardian angel. You're there showing him the way, but explaining the story to the audience.
Yeah.
So you can explain it, like literally. Tal doesn't have to say one word in the whole piece, or he can. So I got it. God, it's clicked. So you're explaining, you're saying like, this is, give me a name, Tyrone. This is Tyrone. This is Tyrone from Hamsworth. He's just like any other kid from Hamsworth. Yeah, like explain his background, make it nice speaking, and then you can interact with Tao, as the different characters. So then, like Tao stays in that one place for the whole play, I think. He can move, but I mean that area of the stage is his place.
That's his little.
So then you come, you're his mum, you're his friend, but really, you're just representing these people in his life. So you say something like Tao doesn't have a good relationship with his mum, and then Tao can shout something to his mum. So Tao can shout like, "Mum, just leave me alone with it," and then you're like, "Don't you dare speak to me!" Like, do you know what I mean? And then from that, it's Brechtian, because you're stepping out and then stepping back in. And then from that, then you carry on telling the story, and you're like, his GCSE, he didn't do well at school, but music was always his passion. He fell into the wrong crowd.
And he got involved with the wrong people.
He got involved with the wrong people.
And then,
and then that's when you can interact with him again. And so there's things that like, maybe they're going to go and like beat someone up, but Tao's that nice kid who's like, I don't think I want to come, do you know what I mean? But then he ends up having to come. And then through that, he writes a song or something, do you know what I mean? Through that, so through what he's seen, he writes a song, and that takes him to music. Do you know what I mean? But you and someone else on stage just use.
But just us two.
Just use two.
That's fine.
And then I think the protest thing can still work.
I need to show you it, but
I think the imagery can still work, because at the end maybe you can have something on the tablets.
Like I was gonna when I was gonna use tablets, I was gonna like put like a compilation of like the news, like you know, you watching the news.
The news, I love it when there's news in plays do that.
And I feel like I was gonna do like a compilation of like today youth 16 got, like, you know, they say like today but I was gonna do different compilations like put together.
Well, what you can do is you can do like compilations of like youth that have like failed, and the bad youth, and like the people that get into gun crime, but then the youth that have like triumphed and like, what is the word?
Gone through it. Like they've gone out of it, like they've found the better path in a way.
So like people that have come from a bad background but gone into the mainstream and become this amazing thing. So you can do both.
I do like that. I like how everything's still linked, and like the way you explain it and how it can look, it makes sense when you say it like that.
So the only thing you need to decide is what's the message, because I feel like the message needs to be important.
I want people to know, like, it's not just random kids, like it's not just kids like just being angry and stabbing people. It's not just that. There's more to it.
You also need to explain that there is that. There is bad kids that just want to kill people, that just want to.
But it's not always the
things,
case.
But it's not always the case, But when you're doing things like this that can get political, like my one, you have to kind of show both points of view.
Okay.
So that can come from the mom, or maybe you play a teacher as well.
Like at school.
At school, something like, and the bits that you interact with Tao are minute long, like just minute little segments, because really the play is you. Do you know what I mean? You're explaining his life, so it's going to be quite a lot for you to say. But I feel like because you're passionate about it, because you're writing it yourself. You'll understand. But the bits with Tao, 2 minutes long maximum. Because you don't want them to be scenes, you want them to be like snippets.
Like not like flashbacks, but like memories.
And then the stuff Tao's doing, he can just be like in a bedroom. You know what I mean? Or doing. I don't want it to be like Tao's at school. I don't want him to start writing like pretending I'm at school. I just want just Tao being himself, doing what Tao would be doing in his bedroom, anywhere. And you're explaining his life, but the only time he changes what he's doing is to interact with you, and you to interact with him.
I get that.
So your message though needs to be important.
It needs to be there, and I show both sides.
You don't have to go hugely on both sides, but
you have to show the balance. You have to like at least say one thing, or like
because it's important to do that, because if not, then
it's gonna look one-sided. Like I'm sending hate to the other side.
Exactly.
But but I get what you're saying. That's clear up a lot. The way you say it like that, it just makes sense, more sense, especially like the staging and all that.
So what are you gonna do now then?
now I'm gonna show you the thing that I was gonna show you.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna like write some stuff, like what I could say in that, and then probably like plan it out. How like what I'm gonna say when it's gonna come, the order of it, the political stuff if that comes in, like all of that. I'm gonna plan it and try and probably stage it. So yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you.